working and it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
Not too much hair, but you know, enough
But
for you to do
yes, so
something
at one
with.
point there was,
There was none.
wow, so this
I
is
was,
amazing.
I'm a 2-time survivor.
Wow.
So my initial diagnosis was 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was re-diagnosed in 2020.
2017?
2017,
And then you beat it.
I beat it. The first one was triple negative breast cancer, and beat that. But not even 3 months after remission, I was re-diagnosed with blood cancer, which literally, clearly, it was everywhere. And the only remedy for that,
breast cancer and then blood cancer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, and the blood cancer was actually caused from my treatment from the breast cancer. Yep.
No way. The
Yep.
blood cancer
Uh-huh.
was caused from the breast cancer treatment?
Mm-hmm.
That's disrespectful.
Yep. And I was one in, like, I think it's like a 3% chance of that happening. So I was like a 3% variable person that it happens to.
That what?
Mhm.
And what's the reason? Like what's
So your cells get damaged.
Mm-hmm.
The cells that produce oxygenation, your red and white blood cells, they get damaged from the treatment. Sometimes it's just your body can't really take it, even though it helps it beat the original tumor. Your actual body, the cells that are producing like your oxygen and all of that get damaged. So that's what happened to me. So the only cure for that, because it's running through your body, it's your blood. So the only cure for that is a successful stem cell transplant. So essentially in 2020 I had 2 years to live if my stem cell transplant didn't work. So my stem cell transplant was a 50-50 shot. My mother was my donor. And that
Your mother was your donor?
My mother was my donor.
To donate blood.
Stem cells.
Stem cells, please. Explain.
That's a whole nother, but they pull stem cells, so she had to donate a lot of blood. She had to go through a whole procedure of her own where they took a lot of her blood and then separated the stem cells from the blood. And then they gave her back the rest, they gave her back the blood because there's a whole machine that does it. So she had to go through a whole procedure on her own to give me the cells. But it's also a process because she had to match me close enough to where it would have been viable. Because if she was less than a certain percentage,
you can't even get that
it doesn't even matter. Yeah, because we tested several of my family members, but my mom was still the closest.
So several family members came and said, "I'll do it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did you test?
My sister, a couple cousins, my two nieces. Mm-hmm.
Sister?
Mm-hmm.
How many sisters do you have?
Just one.
So she came in and then what?
A couple of my cousins, my nieces, and my mom.
Are you serious? And what is the procedure that they have to do dangerous?
Well, the test to find out how compatible you are it's just blood draw. But the actual procedure, it's not dangerous, but it's a procedure. Like she had to get the port put in, the same one I had, even though she didn't have to keep it in like I did. She had to get it put in to have the process done to remove her blood and then put it back in her body, like all the blood that they took without the stem cells that they extracted. So yeah, and it was it was a good week of rest and recuperation for my mom after that. So that was, and then it's a wait and see game once you get the transplant. And the first year, quite honestly, it didn't look like it was going to succeed. I was constantly in and out of the hospital.
So you don't even know. You don't even know. Ha, chale mama
You have no idea until it actually takes, because your whole internal changes. Like if I were to do like a DNA test right now, it wouldn't be accurate because I'm no longer. I used to be O positive. I'm now A positive.
So you are different.
Inside, yeah, my internal DNA is my mom, really. So if they were to do a DNA test for me, it would show crazy because I'm my mom, really, on the inside.
Does it change anything about character, emotions, attitude?
I think so. I I think so because now, ironically enough, several years later, my mom has developed dementia, so I'm her caregiver. She was my caregiver the whole time through all of my cancer and all that. Flip flops now, you know, I'm her caregiver, and with that, it's been like it's one of those things where we flip flop roles, but you know, with her, she's in the same home with me, and I'm taking care of her, and it's just I see things in myself sometimes, but I'm like,
That's your mother.
yeah, it's mom. This is mom all day, and even sometimes even I run even something simple as the bathroom. Like I find myself hearing her bathroom going off at the same time. Like you know, you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I hear her in the bathroom at the same time I'm in the bathroom.
I mean that
happens
that
all
makes
the time.
so much sense.
It happens all the time. So I'm like, this is weird. I'm like, why is she up exactly when I'm up? But I stopped thinking about it because it's been a few years.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, it's
So how many years has it been?
So since the transplant, my transplant was May of 2020. And so 4 years since the transplant, and then a total from my initial diagnosis for the breast cancer is 7 years. November made 7 years from both,
Right.
and then 4 years from the second.
Wow. And they told you 2 years.
2 years if it did not succeed. So 2022, I would have no longer been here had it not flipped because it took a year. It took a good year for it to start showing signs that it was really working because it was giving me all types of signs that it wasn't for a while.
That's an incredible journey.
Yeah, it's been all the in between. There's so much in between, but yeah.
So now your mother, the dementia, is it like at a bad stage? Is it about?
It's in the beginning stages. It's her current memory that's affected. So we'll be having this conversation right now, and then
You'll have it again.
yeah, she'll say, "What's your name again?" And okay, and then it's a
But
whole
not to
nother-
you.
To you.
To
Like
me.
if me and you were, if she was me,
Got it.
and we were talking, and then all of a sudden she'll say, "What's your name?"
Wow.
And then it's you start over.
The conversation.
Like it never happened.
It's just short term.
Her short-term memory, but she'll remember in detail things that happened years ago.
But how about yesterday, the day before?
Nope. Short-term. Anything like within the last few months,
Wow.
she's not gonna remember. It's like it never happened. It's like anything that's current, new stuff.
Wow.
So if
coming in, going out.
It's going out. It's coming in and going out.
The way life works for us.
Yeah. I said, God, you have a sense of humor, so you.
What's good?
I told him he has a sense of humor.
Like
I said,
hell he does.
You saved me so that I could be here for her.
Be here for your mom.
Because she took care of me all of my entire sickness.
Wow.
She took care of me. So all those 6+ years, you know, before I was well enough. Yep, she was.
Too much? Too much?
No.
Okay. So continue.
Yeah.
Took care of you for like those 7 years.
Yeah, throughout all this
Wow.
time, and then when I kind of came out, I went into remission like late 2022, and that was right around when we determined that her dementia was starting. So it was like a transition from one thing to the next, and pushed right back. So yeah, it has been a journey.
I still don't understand cancer. I don't understand where it comes from. Like, I just don't understand it.
I think it's
healthy.
yeah, and that's the
It's
thing
just-
people don't get.
Where
Gotta
does it
be
come
something
from?
more. There's something in the air. There's something in things that we're eating. There's something in
It's-
things
I
that we're
believe
using on our skin.
This is what I believe.
Mhm.
This is what I believe. I believe that it's something that we are eating, putting in our body, or inhaling. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
because
I feel like
they
it's in the air.
still don't have an explanation
No.
for like who gets cancer, what get
Why? Yeah.
like.
Because I mean, they try to say, oh, stress. They try to say your obesity, this, that.
Oh,
but
really?
you've got the total opposite. You've got people who are literally athletes and they're health conscious and they're doing all the right things, eating all the right things, and they're still developing it.
Still developing cancer.
So I don't, I feel like it's literally in there. I can tell them, I'm like, I think it's in there. I think it's just.
I always say, I think, and by air, I feel like it's still something that we have manipulated in our existence that causes this stuff in the air,
I believe that.
But I definitely believe like it's in the foods, all the modifications that are done to the foods that people eat, and because it just feels as though suddenly a few years ago, and by a few years I mean more like maybe 10, 15, all of a sudden cancer was just rampant, you know what I mean? Like before, it's like you heard somebody has cancer, it was far and few in between, Do you remember that time? And then suddenly it's like,
now it's like everywhere.
It's just everywhere.
It's
so
like everybody knows somebody or has,
and it's like there's got to be something that we've done that we've
caused
for cancer to be like a cough. Now it's like everybody, Before it was so like, oh my, like, and they still don't have an explanation.
No.
So
yeah, there's definitely something out there that's causing it, and it just attacks you. It literally does, out of the blue. One day your life is different. You're like, what happened? What did I do? And you're questioning it. You're questioning yourself. You're like, what could I have done different? And then it took me a while to really stop doing that, because I was like, there's nothing that I really.
How long did you do that for?
I mean, it's years, especially after the second one, because I was like, what the heck?
Like,
I literally
3% chance.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute now. This has got to be This is 3% chance.
3%.
And you literally, when you're going into treatment, you sign
that paper,
a waiver that says there is that chance.
Wow. And it's like,
but it's so low.
But is it really low? Because two-time cancer survivor. And then cancer caused by
the second one was caused by the treatment from the first.
What do you think about people who so the first one was chemo, correct?
Chemo and radiation.
Chemo and radiation.
Well, both times I had chemo and radiation, but yeah, first chemo and radiation. But it's a particular drug, azithromycin. They call it the red devil. That's the one that they believe is the cause of it.
And you have to take that.
Because of the kind of cancer that I had, that's the best one to try to reduce or shrink the tumor. Because I had triple negative, and triple negative is like the worst tumor type. Yeah.
What?
All of it, yeah. All of it
you went
the worst.
Through it.
But yeah, it's the worst kind. So there's no other treatment for that particular type of cancer other than chemo and radiation. So, like, there's other kinds of breast cancer that you can do, like immunotherapies. You can do different things. You can even have like post-cancer. There's things that you're taking to try to ward off for other kinds. But for my kind, it was like chemo, radiation, and surgery. That's it. So chemo, radiation, and surgery, and that was it. That's all that was available, and I did all of that. And it did. I did go into remission, but it was the fact that I threw the whole bucket at the cancer that my body said, oh. I mean, I did the right thing because I got rid of it, but my body was like, this was a lot.
This was a lot, and then contracted. What was it?
Blood cancer.
Blood cancer. That's like.
Yeah, it's your blood. It's in your blood.
It's everywhere. Wow.
Yeah.
And what did you feel something like before you're like, okay, I need to go back and see?
Well, it was severe exhaustion. I couldn't, like, if I walk from there to there, I'll be ready to pass out.
You're kidding.
Shortness of breath because your red blood cells transmit your oxygen throughout your body. And when they're not producing, like, they weren't maturing. Mine stopped maturing. I got a condition, the type of blood cancer I got was called myelodysplastic syndrome, MDS for short. So I got MDS. And the MDS, yeah, it's like your cells, both red and white, they stop producing normally. So they don't mature. And you're doing, as you're standing there, thousands of your cells are maturing.
Wow.
And dying and getting reborn and maturing and dying and getting reborn.
But none of yours were replenishing.
Mine weren't replenishing. They weren't maturing. And not even so much that they were replenishing, but they just weren't maturing. They weren't maturing. So I then started having like this buildup, which starts to bog your body down because you've got all of these immature cells that aren't maturing. So it's this whole scientific thing.
That's so much.
Yeah, it was a lot. So yeah, it got to the point where I couldn't get out of bed. I had to have blood transfusions like every other day.
Wow.
So that's when they were like, hey, the only thing that you can do is, for success, is the stem cell transplant is the only treatment or the only cure. Everything else is just a Band-Aid until you die. Like, there's other things that they could have kept giving me transplants, transfusions, but after a certain time, you start rejecting the transfusion because too much blood transfusion infects your blood after a while. What? Especially if it's something that I had to do constantly. So anything that I would have been doing outside of the stem cell transplant itself would have only been a Band-Aid.
And exhausting your body.
Because it's temporary. It's all, so you know how anything you do for an extended period of time ultimately stops working?
Because your body gets used to it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much what would have happened. So the time clock on that is approximately 2 years. Like,
what?
Yeah.
And that's why you had 2 years? Because you were just bandaging,
If the transplant didn't work, everything else is a Band-Aid.
Shale mamanangay.
So and for the transplant, you just have to wait. You just have to wait and see and wait, and then all of a sudden one day, I had a different blood type. They were like,
how do you change blood types?
It's happening in the body with the transplant of itself. So when I got my mother's stem cells, that stem cell transplant is what put her blood type in my system.
And that's what you needed.
To start growing.
That's what you needed to change blood type.
I had to get rid of what was in me because what was in me was killing me. Yeah.
That's insane. So right now you don't even have that old blood type.
No. I used to be O and I'm now A.
And that is your mother's blood reproducing inside your body.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm not half and half anymore. Like I told my father I'm no longer any of him. I'm all my mother. Like,
because at the beginning I
was half my mom and half my dad, which made me what I was. I was O. And but yeah. Now I'm 100% mom.
Wow. Do you feel any other changes, like besides stuff that you do, like just characters about yourself that may have been one way and now they're a bit different? Because
I'm definitely a lot more passive aggressive. My mother is passive aggressive queen.
Wait, before you were what?
I used to be
just aggressive.
I used to just be. I mean, I didn't have a filter. I never really did, but now I'm like, yeah, my passive aggressiveness is.
Your passive aggressive game is on fleek.
Yeah, it's definitely increased.
So before, you would just say what it was.
Yeah.
Now you beat around the bush and pinch underneath.
It's still right. Yeah. I'm like, why do I do
You said, why do I do this? And your mother is queen.
My mom is queen. Yeah.
Queen passive aggressive. Wow. I mean, that would make sense. You have like somebody else's DNA.
Yeah.
Regardless your mother's.
Yeah, definitely. So at least I know how to deal with it. Right.
Not some street criminal, like suddenly you have it. I have the urge to want to go rob a bank.
Right.
Something in me. She's making me feel like I want to just, pull up on someone.
Right. Yes.
Wow. All righty, Mama, we can just come here now. Instead of I'm Jamaican. We can come here now. Come here, let's do some hair. That's a journey. You have children?
Yes. Oh no, and that's the other thing. I never had children,
Mm-hmm.
so that was like a blessing in itself because I met a lot of women on my journey who do, and some of them didn't make it. You know.
And why is that?
It just depends.
What do you mean? How does children affect the chances of making it or not?
It's just a lot harder to deal with, like the mental aspect of it. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like one of my good friends who's she's now one of my angels. She had 2 boys and a husband, which I didn't have any of those things. So it's just kind of like
None of those.
yeah. And it was just so extra hard for her. Like she pushed herself harder than I felt like she should have been because she felt like she had to for them. And and unfortunately I think sometimes that causes us to deteriorate faster. And I just feel like that played a part.
Really?
In her not being here as long as she probably could have been here.
Also with cancer.
Yeah, because I feel like she could have lasted longer, but she just, as soon as it was kind of like we started our journeys around the same time. This is the first cancer, and we went into remission around the same time. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna take about 3 months before I try to, get back into work and so on and so forth. A month after she went into remission, she was back working. I was like, what are you doing? She was like, yep. A month after she went into remission, she was back working. I was like, this is a lot. Now, she's like, no, I feel good. No, okay, fine. So then, like I said, remember I said I only had about 3 months before my remission was over. She was still good. She was still working. She was still going to. She didn't tell me though when I found out about my stem cell transplant and all of that. She didn't tell me that she had her 3 because like when you start bad, you go like every 3 months to your oncologist for your check. So at her 3 months, she found out
That
the next 3 months. So I had already found out about my second cancer. She was still good. So now her second 6 months, so she had her first 3 months and then she went back for her second 3 months. I was already like full blown in my diagnosis. I was like not able to do nothing, couldn't drive, couldn't do anything. So she didn't tell me that she found out that hers had come back.
That hers came back. So hers was the same one that came back.
Yep, hers came back worse. It metastasized. So she had
Metastasized. What does this mean?
Moves to other parts of the body.
Jesus.
Yep. So hers had come back and it metastasized, and she was initially colon cancer.
Colon?
Hers was colon cancer. Mine was breast and hers was colon. And it came back in the colon, but it also moved to some other. But she didn't tell me this until later on. So she's checking in on me like normal, but I'm sensing. I'm like, something's not right. What's going on? And then she was telling me something about not that. I was like, well, I said you finally decided to take a break because she was telling me something, and I realized she wasn't at work. And like the time of day that I was talking to her, and she was
So she wasn't even telling you that she's not even at work. Like she's literally almost sparing you.
Yeah, she didn't want me to know because this is when I found out if my stem cell transplant. I had 2 years pretty much. So
You've already found this out.
Yeah. At the beginning
that you have 2 years left to live.
Yeah. If this transplant doesn't work, and if we don't find an appropriate donor. So I guess she's trying to not add this piece to it. So she's dealing with hers, I'm dealing with mine, and she finally comes clean and lets me know. I was like, girl, why you ain't? So we both in this together. So we start trying to support each other, but hers is progressing way faster than mine.
Jesus.
And I'm like, what?
How does that feel to you when that's happening? Does that trouble you?
Yeah, I was in tears like every day.
Oh, because you're thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
Like she was good 1 second?
She was good 1 second, and look at this. She was literally working. She was a nurse. Wow. She was working, and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, she's got 2 kids and a husband. What are you doing, God? You know, it's like you're going through this thing mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and then she's back in the hospital. I'm not finding out. I'm finding things out in spurts because clearly I'm in the hospital. So it was a time, but literally after I found out about her situation,
Mm-hmm.
I was 6 months into my new situation, and then 6 months later she was gone.
When you found out about her,
Mhm.
did you ever get to see her?
Yeah, I went to the funeral.
No, did you see her before?
Yes, actually.
So
I
because
had
you're in the
just-
hospital and she's in the hospital.
Yep, we're both in the hospital.
Mhm.
So I got out of the hospital like 2 weeks before she passed.
You got out the hospital 2 weeks before she passed?
Like 2 weeks before she passed, I got out of the hospital.
So you haven't seen her this whole
I hadn't seen her.
whole 5 months and a half that you know, you
Yeah.
guys are just talking on the
We're
phone.
just talking on the phone.
And
FaceTime.
you're in the hospital.
Yep.
On FaceTime.
She's in the hospital or I'm in the hospital.
Oh.
Or, you know, if it won't
Where cities did you live?
Well, she was in like the Decatur area.
Okay,
and,
so both in Atlanta?
But after my stem cell transplant, I had to live like across the street from the hospital. They house you because you got to go to treatment every day for like 8 hours a day. Yeah. So
You're kidding me.
I was
So
living.
everybody who moved with you?
My mom.
Okay.
Like I said, my mom was my provider.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so my mom was, we were in one of those, you know, Center State suites right there by the hospital. And I had treatment every day. And my aunt would drive me across the road to the hospital for treatment. And I would be in treatment 6 to 8 hours a day, depending on the day. Literally
long?
7 days a week for 6 months.
6 months, 7 days a week?
Mm-hmm.
That's every day.
Every day.
Every day for 6 months.
Every day.
How did you
It
do that?
it's,
That's mentally
when I tell you,
straining. Like
It's-
6 months straight? Did you know it was gonna be 6 months?
yeah, you
So
go
you're
through-
counting down, because I'd be counting down.
Mhm.
Like 5
You're
months,
counting
1
down.
hour left.
It's yes, it takes a toll. It
But
takes a huge
while you're
toll.
doing it, are you feeling better or are you?
Like I said, that first year after so the transplant was May 2020. I'm living at the hospital for the rest of the year, clearly. Right around the end of the year, right before Christmas is when I was let out to go home. And that was right a couple weeks before she officially passed. And then I said, well, I'm home now, and I had my aunt drive me over to see her.
So this is 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks
like,
now.
I'm home roughly 2 weeks. But no. I'm home 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to see her not the first week after I got home, the second week.
Mm-hmm.
I went on a Friday.
And you're going to the hospital at this point?
No, she was in. They brought her bed. You know, they had a hospice nurse at the house. She
Oh, so
wanted
she's
to go
dying.
home. Yeah, she wanted to go home.
And so she's dying. She knows she's
She
dying.
knows she's dying. Yeah.
So this is hospice time.
Yeah, it's hospice time now.
Jesus.
So she's at the house, and I was like, I gotta see you, girl. So my aunt takes me over to see her,
And you know she's dying too.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not knowing when, but I know.
But you don't know when.
No.
She
no,
knows
no,
it's 2 weeks?
She doesn't. At this point, you know, they tell you, oh, you have however long, but they don't know. So
They really don't know?
They really. I mean, they have a guesstimate based on like how your organs are functioning and kind of where you are. They can give you that kind of a guesstimate, but you know, she didn't want to tell me like the time frame. So I was like, and I wasn't gonna press
But
that.
she knows.
She knows.
Jesus.
But I saw her the Friday, and she was gone the Sunday.
You saw her Friday? She was gone 2 days later.
She was gone the Sunday. Yeah, she was gone the Sunday.
When you saw her, was she conscious? Did she know you were there?
She knew I was there, but she fell asleep like very soon after I got there. The visit didn't even last 20 minutes. It didn't even last.
But she
20
knows you were
minutes.
there.
But she knew I
How do
was
you
there.
know she knows?
I mean, like we talked.
We
We
talked. And then
talked.
you.
And but she was going down. Like, she was going down. That morphine is something.
Wow.
Yeah, that morphine is something different. But yeah, she was going down, but she knew I was there. And yeah, we had our final little moment. Her mom was her caregiver, along with her husband. But yeah, it was definitely a time. But that was like my best girlfriend.
really? You guys work together?
No, like no, in the process. Like
Okay.
we met at diagnosis, like
You met at diagnosis.
yeah,
Oh,
through the
wow.
hospital type of situation.
So that was like you guys
Yeah.
were so there for each other,
Yeah.
and then she didn't make it, and you made it. Oh,
Yep. You don't even know how, when.
it's incredible.
And I, you know, you look at all of that, and it's just like, oh God. But yeah, and that's why I say I think it's harder with when you have a family that you're taking care of. You're the mama bear.
Hold
Like
that thought.
me.
Hold
Yeah.
that thought real fast, and because I have questions about that.
Mhm.
These are the two colors I want to put in. Okay.
Mhm.
So going a little bit lighter than usual,
Mhm.
but this already by itself is just gorgeous on your skin tone. So just for your own comfort, I'm gonna add a little bit of this. But really, we're going caramel, baby.
I like it.
We are
Let's do
going
it.
caramel. Now we have to decide
Mhm.
if you wanted the bob or the regular long length.
I think I want to go long.
Okay, I was on the same thing too.
Yeah,
I was on bob next time because first enjoy the style in its classic fashion, and then we go. Okay, so lengthwise, where are you feeling?
Let's see. I feel like
Okay, right here. Like let's say right here.
yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go, baby.
Alright.
All right, fine. So let's do a time check now. All right. 8, 6, 12, wash. So the products that I put in your hair are very, very good. Did you feel how beautiful and soft your hair feels?
Mhm.
Feel how soft it feels. Very moisturized and hydrated, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna also put an oil like on these areas.
Okay.
A growth serum that we have.
Okay.
It's also gonna just help,
Mhm.
bring that hair back in. And so when we actually do this hair, it's also super, super, super light. So it doesn't cause any strain, because what you want to do is stay away from anything that causes strain.
Right.
People always talk about protective styles, but then it's like your eyes can't even open after they're done with your hair. That's not
Right.
protective.
No. Mhm.
That's take my edges out styles.
Yeah, no. That's what I was trying to stay away from.
Yeah.
Because I love the little what they call the goddess ones, but I did those, and I think that's part of what caused this extra at the end, because I did those in the summertime and I loved them, but I felt like this thinned out a lot more after I took those out. So
Yes, because if you put, especially your hair right now, like your hair is coming back from, what you've been through, and it's doing pretty good, You just have areas that have,
yeah.
very, very thin,
Thin.
and less open follicles, but this, if you're washing with the right shampoos and conditioners, it's going to stimulate your follicles, stimulate your scalp, and keep your hair super hydrated. How have I lost the comb already? It's my favorite thing to do in life. Is loose combs. So let's come. Voila. So then, you say that you think that it's because. Do you like your hair super full or not so full?
Medium full.
Medium full.
Medium full. Is that's the thing? Yeah. No, I don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't like empty either.
But I don't like too. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, so you say that it caused a lot of strain because she felt she had to work so hard to survive that it almost took her out.
Ended up taking her out. Yeah, like you do too much. And that's something, and I feel like for me, I shut down. And I sometimes wonder, I'm like, I know that wasn't the best thing either. But the second time anyway. The first
But what do you mean
time,
shut down? You shut down from what?
like the world.
Okay, got it.
But I will honestly say, especially after she passed, I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to see people.
I don't blame you.
I was just like, I don't even know if I live. I got angry with everything.
Oh
everything
my! When she passed.
That just really, really.
When you saw her, did you know that she was transitioning?
Yeah.
You knew it once you saw her. You're like, this is it.
Yeah.
What is it that you saw?
I know it's just she was emaciated. Like she was emaciated. She just was there, but not there. You
Oh
know,
my goodness.
it wasn't my girlfriend anymore. But
Oh.
she was saying her goodbyes, at the end of the day. And I'm glad I was able to actually see her and say my goodbyes. Yeah, you know when you
Wow.
understand.
Let me have you get up 2 seconds. I'll move this. Wow. So you just knew. I think that might be a little bit better. And then here you are fighting and.
Yeah, and it's like we're both fighting together again, but then it was kind of like
She's
we're,
not winning the fight.
she's not winning.
Did you feel any sense of like guilt?
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah, survivor's guilt is real. I tell people
Is
that
it?
all the time.
So what did you feel?
You just feel like why what's the difference between me and her, and why is it that you left me here? I was even questioning. I'm like, she had more to do. Like God, she had more to do than me. Like including me. And then it's like, how do you determine that? So I actually started with my therapy after that, and my therapist would always say, how do you can't determine the value of your life over the value of someone else's life. You can't tell. He has work for you to do. So you go through. The mental is just a lot. There's a lot that goes on with the mental, but and I say that I just feel like she was pushing herself really hard, and I just sometimes when you're pushing so hard, you end up
It works against
hurting yourself, and I feel like that kind of happened with her.
I mean, and it's I wonder if it's just because that was her situation, so then we assume that that had an impact on her negatively. But sometimes it's like people push and live because
And that's it. I've seen that happen
because
too.
of
So you can't say
the fact that they want to be here for their families, or they have kids and they're like, I can't leave now, I'm not ready now.
I have a girlfriend who's doing that right now.
Wow. And she's surviving odds.
She's surviving. She is surviving. I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't seen her somewhere.
Wow.
Like she's in the entertainment limelight kind of situation.
Really?
And she has
singer, writer?
She writes.
Actor?
She writes for a magazine, and she's a personal chef. So, and she has cancer and lupus. And when I tell you, she's doing exactly what you just said. She is fighting to survive. She has kids. She has all her businesses, entrepreneurial life. She loves life.
Here in the Atlanta.
Yes.
But you won't say her name.
I don't want to put people out there like that. I'm pretty sure she would put her own self out there, but I'm not good.
I understand.
Right. But yeah, she's out there, and she's living in. Last January, she's not married, but she does have kids. She had a birthday wedding.
She had a birthday wedding? Let me see the link. Okay.
She had a birthday wedding because we were talking, and she was like, "Well, I'm gonna start doing bucket list stuff." And yeah, she said, "I never had a wedding, so I want to have a wedding
for her birthday."
For her birthday.
Was she married?
No, she's not married.
So their wedding was to herself.
The wedding was to herself.
So it was a big birthday.
It was a birthday, yeah.
It was an African birthday party.
Yep, it was a big birthday.
Because we find any reason to have weddings.
Right. So big birthday. So that was, and here we are. We're about to be right at a year later, and that she had found out. Right
she found out a year
ago. Yeah, about her. So she's doing that because.
Wow.
Clearly, it's a whole year because January is a year. She and I are a couple of days apart, birthday wise, and I'm January 4th. So yeah, I'm pushing on my birthday, and her birthday wedding was. Oh, we're live.
Is it going? It's paused right now. Yeah.
Oh.
But those type of stories really really help people, and and the reason I said I wanted to explore the other side of it is because you have so many situations where people fight and people make it because they have people that they are responsible for, that they are don't want to leave yet, and it's like I really believe like in a lot of situations in those moments, you can will yourself to live and you can will yourself to die,
Yep.
and and the power of like having people around and prayer and people that love you is powerful, so I mean you see so many situations where a husband dies and they've been together for 30 40, well 30 is probably not a lot, 50 60 years or whatever, and days later, weeks later, the other one follows, so I think it can happen both ways. It can happen such that you probably don't have the relaxation that you need to mentally get through it, because you're so worried about everybody else. But then you also have that situation where it's because of everybody else that you're making it. It's like, I guess it just comes down to everybody's time is their time.
Yeah.
Like everybody's time is their time.
It's true though. It's true. And it took me a while to get to that place. I'm like, you know what? Let your will be done. That's where I am now. I'm like, let your will, whatever that is.
Cool.
If it's for me to be here, then it's for me to be here. If it's not, then it's not. Because at this point, I've had so many death scares. I'm like,
more than that? Yeah. More than 2 cancers?
Right. I'm like, I'm good.
Jeez Louise.
Whatever. Whatever happens at this point. But I'm gonna try to still live my life to the best of my ability while I'm here. So.
Absolutely. That's a powerful journey. Yeah. How do you think it changed you? Like,
totally humbled me.
Come again?
Totally humbled me.
Okay.
Totally humbled me. I think before cancer, I was Beyonce independent woman. Like I was. That was my life.
You were Beyonce independent.
I was. I didn't need anybody. I didn't. Whatever.
What's her name? Sasha Fierce.
Right. I had my ultimate personality, and it was whatever. I did whatever I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, when I wanted to do it, and that was it. That was my life. I was living the true like single independent woman kind of life. And cancer sat me down and told me that wasn't
careful. We're about
I'm about to show you how to depend on other people. And I had to do that for years.
Wow.
Years. Something I hadn't done ever. Like I started working at 14. Cancer sat me down at 38. I never stopped working between 14 to 38.
Wow. 24 years.
Yep. I started the summer youth program and never stopped, right? And then at 38 is when cancer sat me down. And then
sat you on your ass.
Sat me down like,
done.
You can't do anything because your body is not going to let you do anything. And
like fatigue.
Yep. Everything sat me down. Like even now, 7 years later, after 2 cancers, I didn't work for almost, I just started back working, and I work from home, thank God. I work from home, but I started back working last September. And that was from November 2017 to September 2023.
This year, 23, last year. That's when you started working. So
now mind you, I worked from 14 to 38. Stopped at 38 from November 2017 to September 2023. And then just started back working in September 2020.
What did you do? What did you do before and what are you doing now?
Oh, I was in training and development, so I was a training manager prior to my cancer. That's what I was doing. I loved everything about it. I loved what I did. But now I'm just in service. Like, I work from home.
Doing again?
In service from an insurance company.
Got it.
Yeah, so I do a special, it's the special item. Like I'm a specialist in one of the divisions, and I do like the background research and things like that. If customers are having a problem with that particular product, etc. So, but yeah, that's good. I do that from home now. Not where I want to be, but I've told myself that the company that I'm with, I could grow back to getting back into the training and development, human resources arena that I was in. But at this point, I'm just taking my time. You know? I don't want to stress right now. I don't want to. I just want to be able to pay my bills.
When did you get that diagnosis that it was done, like it was cured?
2022, summer 22.
Wow.
Summer 22 is when all of my labs and everything were showing consistent that I wasn't dipping the way that I was prior. Again, my blood type had changed. You know, I wasn't as weak.
Wow.
You know, doing basic things. I'm still, that's the thing I think I suffer from the most is the fatigue now, because my body doesn't function the way that it used to. Like my energy level is not how it used to be.
So you could do like what and then just feel tired?
Literally sweep, mop, vacuum.
Wait!
I gotta sit
That's
down.
tired as shit.
I gotta sit down. It's over.
It's done.
And my body hurts later on. Like the whole next day, I'm probably in the bed.
Like no more from sweeping vacuum.
Laundry gotta be its own day. Can't do anything else.
Wow.
That's it. Like my body can't do
That's
physical exertion. It
That's
doesn't
so
like
incredible, the things we take for granted. The
doesn't like
things we take for sweep, vacuum,
it. Yep.
mop.
Sweep, my vacuum. That's it. That's a whole day for me.
Shit.
And it's in increments. And the next day I'm in pain.
Wow.
But it's like, at least I can.
And then it almost tells you just stop.
Yeah, it does.
And
I
just
don't have a choice.
just to relax your body, because it's a sign that this is too much.
Yep.
Just relax. And you don't, when that, you just stop.
You just stop. I just stop. I gotta say frequent breaks. Frequent breaks. Everything is a frequent break type situation. So I mean, but you know that is a long-term thing for me. I have to be real cautious, obviously, with my immunity, because my body broken down. So your immune system is not as strong in general after a situation like that. So you gotta watch where I go, how, you know, being around big crowds and
What do big
things
crowds
like-
do for you?
Typically, if I get sick, the average cold for me
Okay.
is not a 3 to 4 day thing. It's a 3-week thing.
Ooh, so you have to.
I have to be extremely careful
'Cause your immune system
because
got
my
it.
immune system
Is
can't
weaker.
take it can't take the simplest things. So you know, it's definitely a journey. It's a
But
journey.
you're here. You're alive, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
And you survived things people have not. Get to have a second chance in life. And
Yeah, second chance. Well, I said I'm on third.
You on third chance.
I'm on third right now. This is time number 3. They say the third is a charm, so we'll see.
Amen.
We'll see how charming this is.
Amen. It shall be charming, inshallah.
Yes, we will see how charming this is. So typically, how long will this style last?
So, generally, I tell people about 8 to 10 weeks. Your hair is on the thinner side, so we definitely want to go towards like the 8 weeks, and you know we can reschedule it and put on the calendar so that you know we are both marked on when that 8th week come. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be so convenient. Like you're gonna get addicted, and then you're gonna keep wanting to do it for like back to back a few times because it's so convenient and it's so light. And the styles that you can do with it are
and
super
even
endless.
putting it in now,
Yeah.
I could tell you the difference between those, like I said,
Yeah.
the goddess ones that I had.
Yeah.
I don't feel anything.
No,
Like, I
you
feel
should
nothing.
not. You should not feel like you need to take a Percocet
I don't feel
or a shot of vodka.
thing. Like, it does not even feel like there's
Nope.
anything extra on my head. It's crazy.
It's super light, and you'll
love
see as we
it.
put the hair is just super light again, so that it's great for your own growth, and so it doesn't put any strain on your hair as well. You know, so I would say about 8 weeks, and then our goal, you know, is going to be to try to, you know, grow and make your hair thicker. You know, so. Yeah. Damned for the holidays.
Well, for my birthday.
When's your birthday again?
January 4th.
January 4th. What's the plan for your birthday?
Nothing yet. But I think I'm probably going to do like brunch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I may do a brunch. And I saw this wellness retreat center. In that I'm considering. So I'm gonna look at that to see what that's a little bit more about. I'm gonna look into that. It has like the whole spa reset kind of situation, holistic.
It's like a day.
Yeah. Like a wellness day.
That's what I need right now. That's what I need every day. That's what I need once a week at least.
I literally just saw it a few days ago, and I was like, this might
Where
be
is
your
it?
birthday. It's somewhere in. They don't have the address on it. You have to actually. I have to look it up actually. You have to actually. They were on. Let's say that. Paradise Park ATL. That's what it's called.
I need one of those days so badly. Oh, it's black owned. We like black owned until black owned doesn't like us. So sometimes. Paradise is run by a team of black women. Okay.
I'm considering it. So this one I'm considering.
So for the day?
They have day retreat. And they have like at the massage section.
This is in Atlanta?
This is somewhere. I'm assuming it's like the outskirts, but you know, it says it's 20 minutes or so outside of Atlanta.
So my only issue, because I have some. Because I have some. My issue sometimes with some of these wellness places and what are they called? What do you call them?
Retreats.
Retreats. I wanted to say projects, but it's not a project. my only issue, like I've visited, some of these, not retreat areas, but like, events where they're doing like a snippet of it, so that you can want to come to, a day or whatever, or maybe they're hosting somewhere. And I don't mean that. It could be anybody, but a lot of these, when it comes to Black women like wellness retreats, I find a lot of it are coming from a place of trauma and digging from a place of trauma and looking from a place of trauma and fixing from a place of trauma and assuming you're in a place of trauma. Like it's always very traumatic based. Are you following me?
I got you.
And so sometimes I feel as though that may not always be the place to start, or maybe the thing to dig for. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the thing to dig for is your inner power, is your inner greatness, is your maybe the trauma that you're looking for is the displacement of knowing your amazingness or your greatness or your finding your confidence, or I don't know. I just feel like some people just may not have confidence. It doesn't mean it has to come from a traumatic place where we have to find it and dig in. You know what I mean? And it's like I just feel as though a lot of these retreats, like they're focusing on trauma. They're focusing on let's erase the trauma. But I mean, is that the situation all the time? Maybe it's just to bring out the greatness, or bring, empower from that perspective. You know what I mean? So that a lot of times that it's always just a place of trauma. I'm a little tired of that. I just feel like
you wanna do the power.
Yes, I want, and I just feel like
embrace your power more so than the trauma.
Yeah, like it's always talking about embracing your trauma to move forward. Like some things, not everything derives or comes from trauma, like, and then people start digging and trying to find trauma. My mother told me I couldn't have the white bread. I remember feeling like I wanted the white bread. I had to eat bread. Like and then people start trying to find trauma in places there wasn't any trauma. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody thinks that your faults or your they have to come from somewhere. No, just a character flaw. Shit, just a damn character flaw that you need to fix. Okay, and you wouldn't have that character flaw of no confidence if you maybe just stop thinking that everybody else is better than you, and maybe stop judging yourself by what you see on Instagram. Maybe that's just what that is. You know what I'm saying? Instead of what did your father or stepfather say to you on Wednesday of 2012?
Right. Yeah.
But and I'm not taking away from those that had trauma. But I just find with Black women, that's always from where they're
starting,
coming from, and from when they try to find their strength in embracing trauma. Because sometimes it forces people to create shit
that's not even there.
That's not even there, and that's not that traumatic. That was just your mom beating you up because you're asking to skip school, damn it. Like, I would have beat you up too. Like, you know what I mean? You follow? So I don't know. So that's my 2 cents an hour.
No, but and it's like I said, I do a lot of research. I'll research it and take a look and see what's going on. So yeah, definitely brunch. I think that's on the agenda, and then
love a good brunch.
Yeah, love a good brunch. So love a good brunch. So
and there's some good restaurants in Atlanta.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm like, where do I want to go? And I don't do the out thing often. So when I do, I want to try to find.
You want to do?
Yeah, I want to find a nice little place and enjoy some time with. Most likely it'll be close family and friends. And but outside of that, nothing else yet.
Sounds like a perfect birthday brunch.
Yeah, I try to, like I said, I try to keep it simple. Because like I said, my immune system can do a lot less than it used to be able to do. So, whatever I do, I try to make sure that I can still function. for the rest of the time thereafter.
For real. But it's good, you know, what to and not to do to maintain, you know. The life God has blessed you with. Because life, ooh, so unpredictable.
Definitely throw you some curveballs.
What?
And it has thrown me.
So unpredictable. My husband and I always say, like, you know, as you get older, you know, when you were young, it's like everybody, oh, it's all about, I'm pregnant, oh, we're getting married. It's always good news.
Yeah.
As you get older,
Yeah, it's a lot more
the
bad
news starts changing.
It does.
Like,
it really does. It's
like,
definitely different news.
It's different news. Like, every time you get those phone calls, it's not, hey, guess what? We're getting married.
Right.
Hey, guess what? We're having twins.
Right.
Like, it's always somebody's gone. Somebody has cancer. Like,
Yeah.
I'm tired.
That one there is becoming so rampant now.
It's rampant.
I'm
This
like,
is
I don't
why you're
understand.
correct when you say we are breathing something that we've concocted. All of these things that we've concocted, you know? Cell phones, what they release.
Well, they already said that. I mean, they put that out there.
We sleep with our cell phones.
Yeah. Mine stays on
Shit.
speaker. Mine stays on speaker.
Oh, really? You don't put it by your ear?
I,
Good job. You're kidding me. Never.
I mean, it takes a lot for me to,
I would
like,
love
I
to
have to
adapt
be, like,
that.
in a private, like, the conversation must have to
So
be really
private that you really...
That I never, other than
Otherwise,
that,
you answer on speaker? Oh, wow.
I know that's the old people way, but...
No, and that's just because you're conscious of, like, radiation.
Yeah,
Of
I'm
course.
super conscious when it comes to any type of radiation because I've been radiated.
You've
My
been
whole body
radiated.
has been radiated.
Right.
Like, for real.
For real. I don't need
I don't
extra
have
room
even,
for...
Yeah. And it's been damaged by it. My bones have been damaged. My muscles have been damaged. My body is...
So radiation
it has
really
so
messes
much
people up.
Side effects, chemotherapy and radiation. And you gotta think, I've had 2 blasts, like 2 different
6 months
of both of those things, you know, and I took that's why my fatigue is the way that it is. That's why, you know, sweep mop vacuum, and it's a whole week of pain for me after that because, you know, that's, you know, how it is.
Wow.
But yeah, you definitely get, you have to manage differently because you have long-term side effects from that.
Wow.
Long-term side effects.
Cancer is a B-I-T-C-H.
Yes, it is.
Much B-I-T-C-H.
Definitely is.
But God is amazing. God is good.
That he is. That he is.
Hair feels good though.
Yes, I see you coming right through it. So that's
Yes. Oh yeah. It's very easy to detangle. And then I also, the conditioner that I put, the last one that I put, it's very wonderful for detangling, you know? So it softens the hair tremendously. So it's just an easy comfort.
Is it a leave-in or?
Yep, it's the second one is a leave-in, but even the conditioner I use to condition your hair with also has a lot of hydrating and properties in it, so it detangles very well as well. But the one in the tub, yes, that was a leave-in. Yes, indeed. 12:08, it's 12:37. 30 minutes, that's fine. You just never know people's stories, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. As
tell people all the time, it's like it. I think even a lot of the in between, I've selectively chosen to forget because I spent so many nights in the ICU. I spent, I went septic.
What does that mean?
Pretty much when you go septic, your blood is it's infected with toxins, and you pretty much can die. That was one of my, like I said, I've had.
That was one of your death scares.
Yeah, I've had
so your
several
blood
deaths.
went septic.
Septic, yeah.
Septic.
After one of my surgeries, and I was in the ICU on the verge of dying, and they had to bring me back from that. Then it happened again after another, and then I had to bring me back from that. And over time, and then I had one of my wounds got infected, and
one of your what?
One of my wounds from like my double mastectomy got infected, and I ended up in wound care with a private nurse having to come and clean and debride my wounds like for like 6 months. Like there's so many stints of time where I was like totally incapacitated over this.
Totally what?
Totally incapacitated, like unable to do for myself.
Your mother
and my mom
went through it.
Yep, between my mom and my home, and there were times when they had to give me home nurses. Like I had to have nurse care. Like when I went through the wound care thing after I went septic, and I had a bunch of infections in my wounds and stuff like that. They had to send a nurse 3 times a week to change my bandages and
this is over 7 years.
Yeah, over a period. Well, 2022 is when the major stuff stopped. Ever since then, from 2022 to 2023, I was preparing, I guess, to get back to 100% taking care of myself and mom. As I told you. So it was kind of like, okay, once 2022 hit, it was kind of like, okay, training wheels back on for me to start driving around again and running the errands and, getting ready to go back to work, and all of those things had to happen. So 2022, from the summer 2022 to summer 2023, that was like preparation time for me to just be back. But yeah.
So mentally you were just literally on...
Yeah, on autopilot, I tell people.
Wow.
That's kind of what I'm on now. It's like autopilot. So I just have to do. So these are the times, like just getting my hair done, or, taking up a day to get a massage or something like that. Those are my little decompressed moments where...
Just taking care of yourself.
Like right now, my aunt is sitting with my mom so that I can do this.
Oh, really?
That kind of situation.
Because you really can't leave her.
Right. Yeah. Which the blessing working from home comes in.
Yeah.
So, so yeah.
And she gave you your blood transfusion.
I tell people she gave me life twice.
She birthed you twice?
She birthed me twice.
She birthed you twice for real?
She birthed me twice, so I cannot complain. I will do what I need to.
Right.
Yeah. Gave me life twice.
And then your father?
Yeah, my dad, he actually is a kidney cancer survivor, but he was lucky in that they just were able to take the kidney. So it wasn't able to spread, it wasn't able to do anything else. But yeah, he's active, he's alive. I mean, my parents aren't together, but he's active, and he comes around, but it's me and my mom, and he kind of has his own life.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So God knew what he was doing. Doesn't he always?
Always does. He does what he wants.
But he's got jokes sometimes.
Yes. I tell people all the time. He's got a super sense of humor with me.
Yeah.
He has got
funny jokes. I'm like, really, God? Are you seriously going to do this now? I'm so good. So good. today is Sunday, but it's not.
I know. And
Are you
Wednesday,
feeling
Friday.
Sunday-ish?
You know what it is? It's
What is
because
it?
Christmas was Wednesday.
Is that what happened?
It kind of.
Throws you
Anytime
off.
a holiday happens, like in
It
the
just
middle
feels
of
like
the
the
week,
rest of the week
the
is
week-
the holiday. The week
the
shifts
week
itself.
shifted. Like it feels like it's supposed to still be.
Yes, it
Yeah.
feels like a Sunday.
Yeah,
It's
I think
Friday.
that happens.
He's so good to me. The two colors look beautiful together.
Yes.
Coming together.
I'm getting my New Year's look.
New year, new you.
Yes, exactly.
This hair is not coming out for the New Year's. It's gonna stay just like this.
Mhm.
Just like this.
Mhm.
I usually take off like as soon as December hits.
Mhm.
Like really the end. No, as soon as Thanksgiving hits. As soon as Thanksgiving hits.
Mhm.
Around the 24th, 25th, I'm out until mid-January.
Okay.
I
So
did
what
not do
made
that.
you? I was gonna say, what made you do it this year?
And what made me like? Why am I still
Yeah, working this year.
of it? Why am I still reachable to the world? Because I just disappear off the grid. With children, and then
That's
sometimes
okay.
I abandon them, and it's just me and my husband. Like it's all calculated. But
That's
this year we
awesome.
did not do that. We just have. This year was a little bit different. This year has been different.
So do you prefer disappearing off the grid?
Hell yes. 100%.
Like I'm going back to disappearing next year.
So this year was different just because we have a mission right now. And so we're like head, how do you say it? Head in? Head diving in?
Head down, diving in.
Yeah, whatever the
Digging in.
expression is.
Yeah,
that I-
all of those things.
And, our timeline and our deadline, because we're planning on we're planning our move to Africa as we speak.
Oh, wow, that's
Yes.
amazing.
Which is supposed to be happening like this year. So there's a
Goodness.
lot of
So
things.
it's a lot that has to be done.
Yes, that has to be done. That has to be put in place. So it's like we're not even. We can't even disappear. This
Yeah,
holiday,
yeah, which makes sense.
at all because the clock is like ticking for us to do what we need to do to be able to make our move, our permanent move.
So you are leaving the USA.
Yes, we are.
Oh my goodness. So I get to start doing this hairstyle and then what's gonna happen?
And then where is she?
What's gonna
Where
happen
is
when
the
I fall in
woman?
love with this hair?
You'll fly to Congo. You'll fly to South Africa. The same way people fly from wherever to come here.
Oh my gosh, how are you gonna do this
You'll
to
be-
me? You're gonna make me fall in love with this hair and then I can't have it
Just-
after next year.
Disrespectful, right?
That is
No,
horrid.
hopefully I'll have I'll put somebody in
in place.
the place. Yeah, because usually it wasn't even me who was doing this. I just got back in because I needed. I'm doing a lot of product development for other clients, and so to test and do everything that we need to do with the products, like it's best to be hands-on.
Right,
for us
right.
to get all the formulas correct, etc.
Absolutely.
So, you go back hands-on to like study certain things, study different hairs, study different scalps, etc.
So I just got lucky. I am.
So I hadn't done hair for years, like
That's
15.
amazing.
So I usually would have people,
Mhm.
but it just so happened like this moment this is what's happening. But like I said, my aim is going to be to try to put people in place because my clients are going to have a panic attack. Like it's literally an addiction.
Right.
This hair is an absolute addiction. Like it's so easy to deal with. It's so light.
Yeah.
People will
That's
think it's
the
your
one
own
thing
hair.
I'm like right now. Like I don't feel.
You're not going to.
I'm not feeling anything. Like I don't feel a difference. it just still feels like the same head of hair
that you had, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you're gonna feel.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you gonna start dating?
Well, I am. I
Good.
am. I have, ironically enough, I am dating my childhood sweetheart, but
Oh.
it's long distance
Oh.
because he's actually in Pennsylvania and I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
But he always comes for my birthday every year, so he will be here in a couple days.
Oh, nice. How long have you guys been dating?
Oh my gosh, we started back dating when he found it because I hadn't told anybody, so we reconnected. 21, end of 21, because someone told him about my situation.
No.
Yep, and I hadn't said anything. He apparently
And you guys
he saw
dated when?
someone back when we were teen, like 13, like
What?
yeah, 30 plus years of knowing each other. Yep. So we had, we would always kind of stay in contact off and on. Like I was married and divorced. He had kids, never got married, that kind of thing. Like always kind of kept.
That's always
in
the story.
touch.
And then?
Yeah, but separate lives
Uh-huh.
in different states and all
Wow.
that. So we weren't dating or anything. So I had disappeared and I hadn't done my normal keeping in contact. So I guess he saw
reached out.
someone that
'cause you
knew,
disappeared.
right? Because I disappeared, and then they told him, and he was like, "What?"
Wow.
And yeah, so from then he was back
just
in the
found you.
picture. Yep, he found me. He was like, "You can't not tell me this," and da 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 da.
And so he didn't let you do that by yourself?
Nope, he stayed on FaceTime with me. At my worst.
Really?
He was like, "Listen, nope, and I know you don't want to see anybody or see me or whatever." Until I was finally in a place where I was like, "Okay, I'll
can
let
date
you
now?
come see me." Yep, that was 2022.
So you were long distance for how long?
It's been 2022.
No, wait. But he started back in 21. 21,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So 21 is
So
when
a year you guys didn't see each other when you first started talking.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep, and then we first saw each other again in 22.
So
And
when you
then
dated at 13,
yeah,
it was nothing.
childhood fun.
So basically you didn't do
Childhood
anything.
No,
So you did
childhood
something with
kitty.
him for the first time? You didn't think you'd be asking these questions? You didn't know where I was getting to? I just want to know if you were going again or if this was the first time. Can you please clarify that for me? Okay? I like some
I
clarification.
plead the fifth.
What were you doing
I
at 13?
plead
I'm no good. Like I couldn't wait to get to that. I just that's the first thing that came to mind. I was like, well, did you, didn't you?
I plead the fifth. That's what they say. So yeah.
There's no fifth pleadings here.
He always, because birthdays are now very important, clearly.
I'm sure.
Definitely visits every birthday, and then we try to do flip flop every 3 months at minimum, and
Are there any
sporadically
plans to be in the
between.
same place?
Yes, starting hopefully. The plan was summer 25, which is
Now.
fast approaching.
It's tonight.
Right.
Summer
It's
25 is happening right now.
Summer 25.
What?
So we're
Came so fast.
Yeah. Yep.
So summer 25, are you going there or?
No, he's supposed to be coming here.
Okay.
Yep.
What does he do
Because
for
I
a
have
living?
mom. So he is with, what is that? A pharmaceutical company. I think it's
Yeah, transfer?
pharmaceutical. That the thing is they don't have one here. So that's the tricky part is that they don't have a location here in Georgia. So he's trying to see how he can maneuver that. So in the interim, he wanted to also just make sure he had, while in the process of trying to transition, in the event that he doesn't get anything right away, that he has a nice little stash to come with in the process of doing the whole pharmaceutical thing again. So.
Like a stash.
But so he's been saving up, and we said by 25 he should be in a good place to where even if he comes without a job and he has to change career path or whatever, we'll be in a good place.
Are you still en route for 2025 to work?
Yeah, so far. Yeah, so far so good.
It's gonna be good.
I mean, but I'm not gonna tell a lie. This whole presidency thing has kind of have us a little antsy.
The new president coming in?
This new president coming in.
What are your feelings? What's the antsiness?
All I can say is I don't even know what to do. I can't even understand it. I didn't understand it the first time, and I really don't understand it this time.
So are you more surprised this time, or you were more surprised last time? I don't think it's the same surprise.
It's a different kind of surprise
Which
because
one is
you
more
already
surprising?
know. You went through it for 4 years. Why would you want to do this again? I don't.
So you're surprised that he won?
Yes, I'm surprised that
People voted for
people
him?
voted for him, knowing what we went through
What did we go through?
for 4 years.
Tell me what you think we went through.
I think we went through a reality TV show in politics for 4 years. That's what I
I want to
think.
know how it affected us.
From the standpoint of it, and see, this is the thing. I was going through treatment the whole time. So
Through that time,
it was,
right?
for me, it was all on TV. I was watching it all play out on TV because I was isolated. I was quarantined before quarantine happened. I was all of that, right? Because I was going through these treatments. But for me, it didn't impact me in the way that it impacted the rest of the world, I don't think. But it's like I was watching it play out on TV, where it just feels like the whole state of the world changed somehow. Like the climate of the world changed. It felt like, honestly, America became a joke for the time frame that he was in presidency, just because it was like every day. Just from what I remember, like I said, I was in treatment his entire presidency. I was in treatment. So I'm looking at the television and I'm watching these antics. It just seemed like it was just a big antic. And I'm like, how is this a presidency? It didn't do anything for us, good or bad. I don't know. It just, like I said, and for me, I was in treatment the whole time. So my life was stagnant. So I wasn't living. I wasn't, doing anything. So, it's just.
But I still want to know, how do you feel like it, like concrete ways that his presidency
So I think that
affected us?
from what I can see, based on the things that he instituted at the time that he was president, coming out of the presidency, the new president now had to deal with the repercussions of that. So I think that all of this inflation and everything that happened in the presidency that followed his was a direct result of the things that he did during his presidency.
Which is what?
Which is the increase in cost for us, the cost of living.
No, but you said that happened during Biden time.
Right.
Inflation happened.
That's the thing.
So,
I think a lot of that happens as a result of what the policies
but
that
this
were
is what
put
I
in
want to know.
place
Which
in the
policies do
previous.
you think that he did that
So,
allowed that to have to happen?
The tariffs, the taxes, the whole, and I know the stimulus package for a lot of people was a great thing, but he put the country in debt, from what I could see. So now, having to dig out of that debt, Biden comes in and he's like, okay, now we got to get out of this. So taxes and things have to change. I think there was so many specifics. It's hard for me. Like I said, I was in treatment the whole time. So it was more of what I could see on the television and read in the news or whatever. But, and the chemo brain is a real thing, so don't give it a lot. Chemo brain is a real thing.
So what did they say about that?
Oh, chemo brain?
Yeah.
Forgetfulness. You become very forgetful. just because of
wow.
all the chemicals and things.
Of course.
You forget little random things. Specifically, like one thing for me in particular is being to elaborate words that I want to use. That I know what I want to say,
but they're not coming
but I
out.
can't get the word, and I'm like, I know that's not the word.
Life, for real,
but it makes me mad. Like I want to say joy,
and
I'll say happy.
It's happy.
Yeah.
And you can't find the word joy.
That's not the word I want to use, but I'm just
looking for
joy.
it.
But I'm looking for joy, but happy is coming out. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted to say. That's not.
Do you eventually get to the word?
Some
Fight to look for the word. I ask Google and Siri, but I don't even know what to ask them.
Right. I'm like, what in the world? Why can't I think of the word? That's not how I wanted to say it. I'll say that. So that used to annoy me. So it doesn't happen as bad as it did when I first was, when I was like in it. But it still happens. I'll be like, wait a minute, that's not what I wanted to say. But I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. But yeah, we're still on track for that. We're moving towards that, but we'll see how everything plays out.
Oh, you did good. You circled right back to where we started. I forgot where we started. I forgot what was the purpose of how we got into Trump. I'm like, shit, what was I saying? But you circled right back. You did that. You said, so, despite him.
Yeah, we're still on track. We're trying to.
That's gonna be good for you.
Yeah, that'll be. It's definitely gonna be, because you gotta think all these years without having someone.
Yes, that's gonna be
in my
a little strange
life,
for you.
Yeah.
So are you nervous about that?
Yes, because I'm used to.
Because you might
want to
be like, get the hell out of my space immediately.
I'm used to my space.
Like,
I'm used to my space. I was having a conversation with one of my friends. I was like,
lifting toilet seats.
I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to work on me again.
Because you're used to the toilet seat being clean.
I'm so used to just me.
It might be a little wet now.
So
when you go sit on it.
And my mother used to have a saying, come see me and come live with me is two different things. So
come see me and come live with me are two different things. Like, come see me. Even if you come see me for a week, goodbye.
Yeah, because we do a week, 2 weeks. Like when he comes for a couple weeks. A week or two, so
So
but
you've lived with him for those weeks or two, but he's on his best behavior.
Yeah, we're both on our best behavior.
When it's gonna be time to live, you're gonna get to know.
Yeah,
you know what? I don't actually like you.
Right. Yeah, it's a little scary, but I think that he's big on the FaceTime and all of that. So he doesn't even like to talk on the phone regular. Every call has to be a FaceTime situation kind of thing. So he's big on face. So I'm like, okay, well, that helps because
he's gonna see your face a lot now. As of summer, October 25, it's gonna be FaceTime real time.
Right.
Real time.
Like, are you sure you want to do that? But I tell him all the time, I'm like, listen, I said, I'm a full-time job. I am a full-time job. So
Are you ready to cook?
That's a whole nother situation, because I don't have to do, because I just have to make sure mom eats,
And so now
it could be delivery.
Right,
but
she eats.
Right, but now.
So now what are you going to do when he's like, I'm hungry?
Right. So I got to start preparing for those
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Are you the and so am I, or are you the let me make something.
I think I'll be a 50-50. Because right now, I do what I feel like when I feel like it.
So here he is.
Right.
You're both tired. You both haven't slept. You've had long days, and he's laying on the
Uber
couch.
Eats.
And you are too.
And Uber Eats will be.
But he doesn't want Uber Eats.
Ding dong in the door. He doesn't want it. But like I said, I think in those instances, I'll be 50-50. Because I'll probably look at, what have I done this week? Have I at least cooked once or twice this week? If I did, it'll probably be an Uber Eats situation.
What?
If I've Ubered Eats once or twice this week already, I'm going to get my butt up and cook just because I feel like I should, So, yeah, I think I'm reasonable in those ways.
Okay.
Like, and that's one thing I think that made our rekindling easy is that we're very honest.
And you've had these conversations.
And we don't bite our tongues for each other in any way, shape, or form. And I think that helps a lot.
Because they're discussing things before they actually.
Yep. And I think it's more of a. He's not afraid to hurt my feelings, nor am I afraid to hurt his. And I think that in relationships, a lot of times, people are like we tread too lightly to spare someone else's feelings, and then the expectations become a certain thing that they shouldn't be. Because they didn't tell the truth as it related to a particular situation or thing. And with my medical history, I have to be very clear with whomever I'm dealing with. These are the things that you're dealing with if you're in a relationship with me. Because
what's one of the biggest things that they have to tell a man that, okay, this is what you're going to have to deal with?
I could die. Like,
that's true. But so can everybody anytime.
Yes, but I have a likelihood that's much higher than the average human being because I've literally had 2 cancers and recurrence is a possibility at any given moment. So, do you really want to do that, or do you want to just be great friends for the rest of our lives, however long that may be? You know, so.
And you ask them these such questions?
Yeah. I mean, because even when, and I told him this, I said, I was done with relationships.
Wow.
Had he not, because I don't want to put that.
You think that you're putting a burden on someone?
Put that burden on anyone else. So I told him, I was like, I wasn't planning on being in a relationship ever again. Like, I was going to be fine with friends and family. Like, that was
no pleasure.
I was going to be fine with that. I'll find a way to pleasure myself.
The rose.
Right. Right. That's what everybody loves, right? So, I'll find a way. And in all truth, like when you're going through that, those desires disappear.
Wow.
When in the process, for me anyway, I don't know if it's for everyone else, but your body image is such a problem.
Your body what?
Your body image is such a problem. I mean, you can
mentally.
Yeah. I mean, and just point blank breast cancer, your breasts get cut off.
Did you?
I had double mastectomy, yeah.
But you have breasts?
Not really.
Okay.
So,
I just thought I saw breasts.
Yeah, there are forms there. One of them is real, one of them isn't.
Okay.
One of them, one of them is an actual like
implant.
No, form. It's a form.
What's a form?
Yeah.
What's a form mean?
Like can't get the word. Like a prosthetic.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't get the word out. When you don't know what's under the clothes. Like you have to, and then the one that was tried to be formed, I had a surgery that went wrong. One of the ones that I got the septic with, and that one, it was using some of my body fat to create the form, but it got infected, so it's the way that it looks officially isn't the most aesthetically pleasing. So one of them, yes, it's a form, but it's not really complete.
Wow. So body image. That's a great point.
Terrible. And then some people, a lot of women, especially when it comes to breast cancer, because of the different issues that actually getting implants and things and the other surgeries like I did, I had what they call a tram flap reconstruction, can sometimes cause infections and things like that. They choose to stay flat and just use the prosthetics, to make your clothing appear as if you have actual breasts or whatever. So it's.
Oh, prosthetics are on top. It's not even.
Yeah, it's like in the bra.
Oh, it's in the bra. You just got it.
Yeah, it's in the bra.
Wow.
And you put it in the bra, and it makes it look like you have boobs.
Wow, got it. Okay.
So. Yeah. So
it's not within. It's okay. It's just you take it
so
out.
Then the physical implants can cause you to get sick. A lot of women experience that after
so you're like,
a
I'm
few
not willing
years.
To do that.
So you choose, and it's
you
not even that.
And
it's a process too. So, and it's not even that. You have to, based on you've got to think. I was in remission for 3 months after all of my situation. So going back into surgery.
That's not even the thought for breasts. It's right. Like, no, I don't want that.
I don't want going to see a daggone
Mhm.
operating room
I
anytime
bet.
in the near future.
So it's like
I've seen it so much.
Mhm.
I have no desire to see it
Mhm.
anytime.
And it's like it's not worth it.
It's yeah. So it's like, and then in the event now
Mhm.
that I do start this relationship, I'm gonna start to feel that desire, right?
Okay.
So now, what
Like
are you
sexual
gonna
desire
do?
or
I mean, all of it. You
but
start to,
not the desire to
but even
put
the
in.
desire to
Got it.
physically
Got
make
it.
myself
Got
more
it.
appealing.
Got it.
I'm gonna feel that, but now
Okay.
this is a responsibility I'm putting on you because now you have to be my caretaker after I do that, right?
Yeah.
You've gotta. Are you gonna own that?
Because I'm
Because
almost
I'm
doing
doing
it for
this
you.
for you. So these are conversations that you have.
So you had that with him?
Yeah, I've had it with him.
What did he say?
He's all in for it. He was like, whatever you want to do, you don't have to. You can do it if you want to. You don't have, but that's what I say. But I tell him, I'm like, but
You
these are
say
the
this.
things that
Mhm.
we have to think about. This is
Yeah.
my reality.
That's your reality.
And I tell him, I'm like,
I would take life for
I
granted.
am I am a whole process.
Mhm.
Like, to deal with me is a lot. I'm a lot. So, and I don't want to burden anyone with anything that they don't have to be burdened with. But he claims I'm not a burden.
That's very unselfish of you.
Yeah. So, but that's why, to go back to answering that initial question
Mhm.
as to why, I wrote off relationships, it was that. I just.
That's so unselfish of you, like, and considerate of you, you know? 'Cause my ass would get in it real fast. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot, and I guess having gone through it and watching, my survivor sisters and friends and things like that go through different situations, we just
And you learn from those
the
ones as well.
compassion and then those are the two parts of me that have grown
Compassion.
to like infinite levels. Is my compassion and just my empathy and understanding and just humbleness. Like, I'm just happy to be here.
You see what?
I'm just happy to be here.
Oh man, I'm happy you're here.
Thank you. Yeah, I tell people all the time, I'm just happy to be here. It's just.
I mean, your story is so profound. It's so profound. Like, especially like the anger that you can feel from that second one, like not being inherited to you. Like it's just due to when you question yourself. But it's like God knows everything He's doing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely does. It's doing it, and they say He won't give you more than you can bear.
Yep.
So apparently, He thought I could bear it.
Sometimes, right. Sometimes you can't really question. You just have to have faith without knowing why.
Yeah.
You may not want to know the why.
And that's it. I don't anymore.
Yeah, you may not want to
The
know
crazy
the why.
part is I tell people that I don't want to know why anymore. I know. At this point, I stopped asking. I'm just like,
Yeah, because why can
it
mess
can be
you
a
up,
bad,
and it's like if it happened, then it happened because it was meant to happen, And it's like it's as simple as like, it's just somebody getting pulled over by the policeman because of speeding 5 over the limit, and you get this $100 ticket, but like a block up on the highway there would have been an accident instead, so you don't know if that little
saving you from that
$200
accident.
ticket that you're so angry about really just saved your life. You don't want to know why,
So true.
like everything happens for a reason, and even sometimes when we like go through hurdles or blocks in life, they're not necessarily there to harm us. They might be there to slow us down or protect us from something else, So, of course it's easier for me to say in situations like that are so simple,
Right. No, but it's true.
But
I'm a firm believer in that.
yes,
I think a lot of things do happen to protect us from other things.
protect us or prepare us, or like for example, like you're here for your mother, just like you said, that may have been
Yeah. Because I said again,
ordained.
there were several times where I wasn't supposed to be. Like literally was not supposed to be. I was on the operating table, wasn't supposed to make it out.
Wow.
It was several times.
Wow.
And I know, like, had nothing to do with me. It was all God.
Oh God.
All God.
Yeah. I don't ask whys. I just try to see the what, the what, you know, like and a lot of times when things happen and you sit down and ponder so hard on the why, you're pondering so hard on the why that you miss what you're supposed to be
doing,
getting out of it, doing out of it, you know,
yeah,
where you're supposed to be heading to, because you're so fixated on and fixed in this one spot of why. It's not about why. It's not about why this big great wall is in front of me that I can't go straight into the hole that was behind it. It's not about why. It means just go to the left, turn to the right a little bit, go this way instead, you know.
Right.
I think a lot of people have difficulty
Yeah,
getting
you get
past.
stuck with the why.
You get stuck with the why.
You do. I had to
Sometimes
stop.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's this is what's happening.
The whole thing is why not? You know, that's the biggie. It's like, okay, so and that's a big conversation in the whole cancer circuit.
Tell
is
me.
the why not me? Like,
oh wow.
Because everybody wants to know why me.
Okay.
So why not me?
Wow.
You know, what makes you so special that it shouldn't be you? You know, it's it's crazy, but that's always a discussion. Like,
Cancer doesn't
why
really
not?
have
it doesn't
type.
have a type. It doesn't have a name.
It doesn't have a preference.
Not anymore.
No.
I met a whole 20-something-year-old girl who was pregnant with cancer.
No way.
Pregnant with breast
I still have that
cancer.
stigma that it's like
And
an older
50, yeah, 50 plus. No, I was 38.
Jeez,
I'm about to be
Louise.
45. And I had a whole 7 years of and she's actually she's a young girl I met early on in my journey. So she's 30 now. She's still living, but she's what they call metastatic, which means that her cancer has spread to other areas. So she's living on medications that are keeping her alive.
You're kidding. So it hasn't gone.
No, it's not going anywhere.
How about she didn't do radiation?
Yeah, she did both.
And?
But she's metastatic. So the goal is to make it it's not to go further.
What?
So she's taking medication now to keep it just from
Stagnant.
moving. Yeah, just stagnant. That's the goal for as long as possible.
But it's there.
But it's there. Yeah, she's got it.
Because
stay.
wow.
Yeah, and and you never know when the medication will stop working and it'll start growing. There's a story, the Sheila Johnson story. She just passed actually earlier this year. But her story, she was metastatic for almost 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. She lived past on different immune therapies and medications, got in a relationship and all of that after cancer, and started a nonprofit. But yeah, the Sheila Johnson story, it's on BET. Hold on, let me see if I can forget them.
Sheila Johnson?
Yeah, I think that's Sheila.
Does that name sound familiar? But not really. And she died from her cancer.
After a lot of years.
Wow. 10 years.
Yeah, if not. That was her. She was here. She did October. This October.
Wow,
she died after this. She died.
She was here. She was here right now.
Yeah, she was here this year. She died not too long. Was it this year or am I mistaken? This year for last year. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. When did she pass? So last October. This October she wasn't. She passed because this was 8 months ago. So it was last October that she was in Georgia promoting the movie.
What movie?
The movie is
About her life?
Yeah, it's about her life. It's on BT. Or it was on BT. Hold on, let's try.
And who was she?
She was just a survivor who started a nonprofit, and she was a Marine. No, she was in the military. She was in the Air Force. Hold on. Hold on. Cannot remember the name of the movie. She was diagnosed in 2009, so more than 10 years, with stage 4.
Almost 15 years.
With stage 4. She lived with stage 4. So that shows with all of the different types of treatments and what do I call them? See, again, I'm missing. I'm coming. Trials, clinical trials. She did a lot of those over this time frame, but she was diagnosed back in 2009.
And she just died when?
She died earlier this year, 8 months ago. So, I'm trying to find the name of the movie. It's a good little movie. Not sure. What is it called? And she actually had a God's Grace. It's called God's Grace. The Sheila Johnson story.
Oh, wow. And she's not the one who acted in it.
She's in it at the end.
Wow.
You know how they put the real person in like the final scene? Yeah, she's in it at the end.
So when did the movie come out?
It came out earlier this year.
Before she died, after?
Yeah. It was out. It was out when last went on, and then the nonprofit that she started went on, and then the nonprofit that she started in support of survivors and so on. So, and then she's a veteran as well, Air Force vet. So there's a lot to her, and her battle was just, she's very inspirational.
That's incredible. I have to. I'm gonna go check out that.
Yeah, definitely.
Sheila Johnson movie.
Yep. God's Grace.
So pretty. It looks just like hair, right?
Yes, and again, the likeness is amazing.
Isn't it gorgeous?
I love
gorgeous
that.
on you. So, fat, so there's no strain on your hair. So we're gonna make the parts big so that there's enough support. If it starts to slip, I just want you to take it off.
Okay.
If it starts to pull on the follicles, for any chance, because it's very thin here, I'm still using a big part.
I know, it's like the sides are always the issue.
love this color. Your skin tone. It's beautiful.
It's like an auburn.
I call it caramel.
Cute.
I don't think it's an auburn. My lava is more of an auburn because I find auburn has more carrot, no?
Yeah, like more, yeah,
Has
orangey.
more orangish to it. I find this is like a dark blonde, you know?
Yeah, and that's kind of like mine.
Caramel.
It's my caramel color.
All my little timers. Another one for the parking. I was like, so they could tell me when I need to put it in again. No, I set one, and then I set another one for the parking.
Oh, did you just add mine?
Not yet. It's
You need to go there, or are you going to do it online?
not yet. I'm doing it online. No, that was for something else, but this one was for the one for parking should go off around 2 something. Beautiful voice. Do you sing in the choir at church, or just sing? Just sing.
Sing whenever my heart shall call.
Right? I hear that. There's nothing wrong with that. Soothing.
I'm obsessed with this color on you. Like caramel? Woo!
Caramel. Yeah.
It is caramelking on your skin.
Caramel.
And you have great skin. Great smile. This is just highlighting all of it.
Love it.
It's highlighting your highlight.
Highlighting the highlights.
And so I am holding on you. Are you harmonizing? Was that your voice?
Was that me?
That was you.
It's catchy.
I need a breakthrough. Go ahead. I need a touch from you. Oh, you know just what to do. That's why I'm calling on you. I thought I heard it. I knew I heard it.
I was just humming along.
You were
Like,
humming it.
that's catchy.
You don't know the song?
Mm-mm.
I don't even know if I know the song.
I don't know. It just was. It's a
I just feel like it's
catchy.
something my mom used to sing.
Yeah.
Had some of the best hymns back in the day.
Mm-hmm. They sure did.
Like-
This is true.
For a long time, I couldn't get with this like new age gospel. Now, I love it, you know. But it took me
Yeah.
years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, give me my well, let me see. Now I can't remember any of the hymns. Give me my I surrender.
Yeah.
Give me my
I
joyful,
surrender
joyful.
all.
Give me my
Yeah.
amazing grace. Give me my blessed assurance.
Yeah.
Do you remember Black? Like,
Mm-hmm.
blessed assurance
Jesus.
is mine. That was my
Yeah.
song. I love blessed assurance. What else is there? There's so many good ones.
There are. I mean, and they're classics.
They're classics.
Yeah.
People
yeah.
don't do hymns anymore.
Yeah. They're
like-
classics. They're still doing them. They
Where?
I mean, they in the churches. I think.
I don't hear hymns like
Yeah.
I might hear Amazing Grace.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna hear
Which
that
is
around,
always
always around the holidays.
Yeah, which one? Amazing Grace?
Mm-hmm.
But you know the holidays bring out those classic hymns. You know,
Yeah.
the Silent Night. What else is there?
Mhm.
I think Silent Night is probably one of my
That's
favorites.
that's like
That's the right.
that's the Christmas song.
Arms open and hello is brown. What else was there? There's Away in a Manger, but that was just whatever. I don't care for that. There's some good ones. Oh, come on, you faithful.
Oh,
It's
come
all
on.
right.
Yeah.
Silent is the best one.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's the best one. But like, I just remember opening a book, 1,000 hymns.
Mhm. Right, that book. They sure do have that book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Calling on you. Oh my gosh, Pass Me Not a Gentle Savior. That was one of my favorites too. You remember that one?
I remember that one. Oh, gentle Savior. Yeah.
Ask Me Not. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it took me a long time, and then I finally started liking, like, you know,
The new age.
yeah, the R&B gospel, because that's R&B, you know. But I still like my very slow ones, you know.
Yeah.
I love have you heard elevation music?
I'm not sure.
It's like
Depends on.
such good gospel music. It's new age gospel music, but there's like a whole crew of elevation singers. Have you heard of Hillsong?
I feel like I have.
One of their biggest songs is
My bad. I don't know the artist names. That's my thing. I don't know. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I know that one. I like that one. Yep, I love that one. That's a
Hillsong
pretty
sings that,
one.
but that's like elevation type music, you know?
Yeah, I like
That song is.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song.
It is beautiful. Some of
See,
these
I don't know
songs-
the name. The artist, I'm the worst. Even with movies, like I couldn't tell you the star's name.
You need to put it on.
I don't know.
Oh, it's pretty.
People always
It's
like,
pretty.
yes,
It is pretty.
I'm loving. It's amazing how you do not feel this.
You don't feel it? You still don't feel like I've added hair.
See, I keep feeling the hair. Keep wanting to pull the hair.
You're not going to feel
Yeah.
it. Light
It doesn't. It's
as a
super light.
feather.
It really is light.
This is a protective style.
Yeah, this is light.
The other ones that strain your eyelids,
Yeah.
make you take Percocet when you leave the chair. They're not protecting you from
Right.
diddly shit. And we walk on water wherever you call me. Wherever you call me. Just when I put it enough, otherwise you can relax your neck and be comfortable. And my faith is with the order forever. Oh, me. See, you found the medium between comfort and looking stunner.
I'm excited. I told you, yes, I was like, I'm so excited.
And it's
because
Friday. You're gonna leave here looking so pretty. Your dress, your face is all natural, glowing. It's good. It's good. That's how you get up off the chair.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't care. That's how you get up off the chair.
That's how you're supposed to get up out the chair.
Then you just feel phenomenal. You walk out of here.
Yeah. My new year is
No one
starting.
can tell you yes.
It is starting.
Do you believe how fast this year
Oh
came?
my
Like,
gosh.
I'm confused.
Yeah, no, this
Like,
definitely.
it was just 2021 last week.
These last few years, you are absolutely right. They have flown by.
Flown.
They have flown by.
See, I'm glad we did this length, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can play around with it another time. Just get
Yeah. That's what I was thinking when I was like, I set up for the asymmetrical, but I think I should just do long and just kind of enjoy the hair
Yeah.
and play with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know which one we were gonna do, but once I saw you, I immediately felt it. So I was like, let's start with just the classic.
Just do the long, play around with it.
And You're gonna enjoy it so much, and then you don't have the strain of wondering what to do because it's asymmetrical.
Right.
And now that it's this length first, you're gonna understand the hair and understand actually just how simple and easy it is. It's literally like your own hair. Like you just play with it like you're playing with your own hair. Except you don't have to worry about shrinkage, detangling, or any of that stuff.
That's wonderful.
You understand? But like you can do so many different styles, and I'll show you some styles when we are done, just how easy it is. So I won't leave you stranded without knowing what to do.
And you know, a lot of times just letting it lay, letting it fly is
The
usually
best
the
way.
best way.
Especially if you can just get up, shake it, and let it fly, and
Yes,
it
and go.
lands in all the right places.
Yeah. Some hair. It's pretty.
It's nice, right? Stronger. Keep me stronger. What time did you get here?
Like, honestly, I think like right at 11.
Nice. What time did you leave to do that?
About 10. Yeah, about 10.
Okay, then go.
I told you. That gotta be at least an hour.
Is Atlanta?
You just never know.
Don't know. Traffic out of the loop. There was a car just in the middle of the highway. What's up with people loving to get out, like on the side of the highway?
I don't know what that's about.
And they're so comfortable, like too comfortable. Do you know how many deaths happen that way?
Right.
Like just getting out, parking the car on the highway, and then getting out like the rest of the cars on the street are not coming at 420 miles an hour. So just walk out like it's okay. I just never understood that. And then I've seen some people park on the other side, on the left.
I'll never understand that.
That's insane. That's a suicide mission.
I mean, I don't know if it's because they didn't have a choice. The only thing I can think is they didn't have a choice.
I mean,
Because
I don't know. I don't care. Like it's here or there. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, being on the shoulder in any which way, shape, or form.
That's insane.
The only thing I can think is maybe the car stopped and they just couldn't. They didn't have a choice. They just had to leave it and get out of there.
Forever you hold me.
But there's been so many things that people are doing these days that just
That's
don't
insane.
even make sense. Like,
It's the
what?
vaccine.
Like, what happened? Why would you even think that that was okay?
No, things are not making sense.
Just
They are
totally.
definitely What have you seen in the
No.
past that you're just like,
Oh
what?
my
What? How?
God.
When? Where?
It's like every day there's something on Instagram
That
or
you're just
something,
like,
and I'm like, that, huh? Like, why? Why would that be okay?
why? What have
I'm
you
trying to
seen?
think. That's what I'm
All
trying
of
to
a
think.
sudden,
I'm like,
all of a
what
sudden,
was
they
like
disappeared
the
from my brain. I
right
see this every
everything,
morning.
and you're seeing something weird every day, right?
Every single day.
Oh my god! I think we've gotten so accustomed to the weirdness. It's like, oh,
very
it's
weird.
weird. Oh, that was weird, and then you can't even think of the thing that you saw that was
That
so
was so weird
weird.
because you're seeing
Because you're seeing weird stuff all the time.
all day.
It's crazy, but there's been a lot of little weird things.
Absolutely.
Why can't I think of one weird
Me
thing?
neither.
And every day there's something weird.
Every
See what I'm
morning
saying?
on your.
There's always something weird. Like, always. I can't think of anything
Suddenly
right
everything
now.
makes sense. Everything is okay.
And no, it is definitely not.
Definitely not.
It's definitely not. Like, why can't I think of it though?
Oh, but people will do stuff for the gram.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
TV is so loud. Give me 1 second. I can't hear it. Did you see how low that went down?
Mm-hmm.
My rules in here.
Mm-hmm.
10. I was on 50. Mama, he was on 50. 50. Didn't you feel like you were in the car race with him? I cannot do. 50. Okay.
Yeah, that was a big difference.
Such a difference. Did it go up after I left? Okay. I try not to meddle into the stylist, so stylist business, because most of the time they don't even know how it goes. Just try not to. Whatever. That one was a.
It was
We were in the race. We were in the movie. Darling.
Oh, that's why.
Darlings.
You saw me stop by. You saw me quick by.
Darlings.
I said, texted like I went to get waxed.
I love this.
You're not here.
Did you know I was here?
Yep.
You knew I
Yeah, I
was
know she's here. See? I'm a jealous client. I can't have these clothes. I have to go home with something on my body.
I'm like, what? Take it off. Remove
No,
it.
I will
I
not.
love it.
I think it's so cute.
No titties anymore. They're shrinking.
You know what?
No titties.
Why they're shrinking?
They're shrinking.
You wanted them to shrink. Now they're
No,
over shrinking.
they're over
Their shrinking
shrinking.
is too much. It needs to unshrink itself.
Yeah, they'll get bigger
Do you
again.
have a favorite person in the sugar place? I mean,
No,
teach place?
it's just called, bitch, you took too long to wax, so I go get waxed.
No, but do they have?
No,
in
do
my
you have a
sex
favorite
life.
friend?
No.
No, so they're all good.
Yes.
Oh, they're all
Just
good.
give me wax.
Okay.
Come, let me see her. Come on this side.
How much longer, Mushiya? Because I'm gonna leave soon.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I'm good.
Really? You're good?
Oh, wait, I want to see your hair. Give me 1 second, and then I'll.
I want to see my hair. You see it? This is my hair.
Come, let me see.
Yes.
Turn.
No, I need this. I feel
Okay.
like I need an input right here.
I know. But
Twist is pretty.
Yeah, I'm locked, allegedly.
Locked?
No, she's not locked. She's not
She's
locked.
getting locked.
She's getting locked.
I'm thinking about it,
She actually. You're not thinking about it. This is the locking
This
process.
is the locking process. I'm
Yes,
embracing.
you just never know
I
what.
just wanted to put something over so I don't have this.
No,
I'm
this is
50,
not-
I'm not doing ugly.
No, this is not ugly though. But you're just not wearing it properly right now. But what was ugly was what you came with before. Let me tell you something.
I look like a boy.
I called her.
Thank you, darling. How do I get on the book?
I called her one time the other day, and I'm like,
She's gonna
we were talking about something else, and then I'm like, what's in your hair? And she sends me this picture, and it wasn't this, it was something else. It was shitty. I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing with that in your head? You need to remove it? She's like, I don't know, I'm locking that. I went to some people that I said, remove that. I said, remove that. Come tomorrow, immediately remove that. And we removed it, and then we did. Yeah, so now we're relocking it.
That's here, right?
But
Yes, it's hard. Perfect. Yes, January. Praise be.
But I'm not gonna probably after.
wasn't it? Didn't you want the teeth thing? That's the one that did my teeth.
That's what she just said.
Yeah.
I said, why? I said, hey, it's time for whitening. You know,
Oh yes, you need whitening. Did you make an appointment?
that's what I'm doing now.
When are you making it for?
January 6th.
Okay.
No? She ain't here.
What day?
I'll be here anytime after the 15th.
Oh, okay. January 20th.
Yes, anytime after the 15th.
Oh yes, get your teeth whitening, bro.
Yes, I normally do it every 3-some years.
Oh, dude, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I do. I
got
think
beautiful-
once a year.
I
But
don't
actually,
need
I
that
haven't
much.
done it. I haven't done it once a year. That's a lie from
I'm
hell.
about to say, I don't need that much because Happy to New Year to you as well.
Are you sure?
I said, give me one moment. Give me one moment.
I'm good.
Give me one moment. I'll come out.